Okay, so today I'm going to show you what type of camera I have used in order to film my short film, and I'm also going to show you the different pieces of equipment that I've used additionally. So that's the thing like microphone, lenses and tripod. Okay, so first off I'm going to start off with the camera I've used. So the main camera that I used for most of the filming was my own camera, which was the Canon 100D. So, oops. Won't drop it. So I've got this here. Right, it's quite a small camera, but it's really easily portable. I thought it did the job just as good as the school camera did, which is the 600D, which I'm filming on right now. However, the 600D has a flip screen, which I'll show you now from previous footage that I've got, and this one doesn't, so it's just a flat screen at the back, like that. However, there are pros and cons to both, because obviously on the flip screen I can get different angles and I can actually see what I'm filming when I'm doing different angles, whereas on this one, because the screen's flat, I can't use it for different angles. So if I'm doing a low angle, I'm just kind of guessing what I'm filming unless I'm down with the camera on the ground. That is a weakness of not having a flip screen when filming. However, it was good for taking photos that I needed in the planning stages. Okay, so obviously on this camera here I had to use a lens. It's the same, pretty much the same lens that I used on using on this camera right now. It's the Canon 18 to 55mm lens. That's not going to focus. So yeah, it's the same lens as it's got on here, apart from the focusing ring's a little bit different. I think this one, the focusing ring just stays in place where you twist it, whereas this one, it actually moves. I don't know. I think they do the same thing, the same quality and stuff, but this is the lens that I used instead of that one. So this was the only lens that I used. I do have other lenses, but I only used this one in the production of my film. I also used the lens hood that I had for that lens, and this was literally just to prevent any extra light coming in, so light flares and etc, etc. I also have a polarizing filter. I did use that occasionally, although I didn't use it in too many of the scenes because it does make the colours go a little bit funny. Okay, so for sound quality I used the Rode Mic Go. This just literally plugs in back here and then plugs into the camera and sits on top of the camera like that. I think the sound quality was improved a lot when I used this. However, for some of the scenes I didn't use it, either because I forgot to bring it or because I forgot to put it on, or I just didn't have it with me. However, for some of the scenes I do wish I did use this, because it would have really narrowed down the sound a lot more to just in front of the camera instead of all surround sound, because obviously when I'm filming on this type of camera now without a microphone, it's just all around sound, whereas with this it's directional, so right in front of the microphone is the sound that you'll get because it's directional. Okay, so that is all the digital equipment I used camera wise. I'm now going to switch over to some other device to stabilise my camera while I show you what different tripod techniques I used. Okay, so I managed to find a place on the windowsill for the camera. I hope this is a sturdy enough place for it. Okay, so I've got my tripod here. This is the one I used for most of the filming. I did use a school one a couple of times. However, this one was my favourite to use because everything works on it. Yeah, so I'm just going to show you some of the different camera angles that I got when I was using this. Because I didn't just use it for, you got the standard stable shot, and you've got the panning, and you've got then the tilt. But I also used it for some slightly different shots, which I'm going to show you now. For one of the shots I did a high angle shot of over the character's bed, and this was done literally by me putting my tripod into my stomach like this, angling the camera down over the character, and I literally just lifted the tripod up like this. And I thought that gave quite a nice rigging effect to the shot, and I don't know, it just made it more interesting. Another shot which I did twice, so in two different scenes, I actually put the camera put the tripod upside down, and obviously the camera was then upside down, and I was able to get a low angle tracking shot. So I was able to follow the character's feet as she was walking and running. So I thought that was quite a nice shot. It was quite interesting, and I haven't really seen that done much, so I decided to do that. And the last one I'm going to show you is, I'll have to change the camera angle for this because you can't really see it, but what I did is I loosened, so I left the catch off like that, so it was loose, so I can do that, and then I faced the camera towards that front leg, and then I literally just let the camera fall. So that gives a different kind of shot and an angle. I'm not too sure what you call that, maybe a crane. I think for this type of shot it takes a lot of practice and trial and error really, because it's not always perfect when you do it. It can be quite juttery if you haven't got it quite right, and it can end up getting a little bit sloppy. So I think what also helps is to possibly keep the tilt loose, so that when it's going down, you can then bring it to the angle that you want it. So if it's falling, then you can be like that, and you can change the angle as you go. You could even unlock the other one, and then you could turn as well as going down. So there's really a lot of possibilities with that kind of shot, and I think that was quite interesting to use, so that's why I used it. Okay, so that was my video for what cameras and camera equipment and accessories I used in order to produce my short film.